write a letter. What is the passive voice? Do you remember?
A letter is written by me.
A letter is written by me, of course. So when do we use the passive? This is the passive, right? The passive. When do we use the passive? We use the passive voice when we don't want to mention, when we don't want to mention who performed the action or who performs or who is performing the action. We don't want to mention. For example, the cat was killed. But who killed the cat? I don't know. So the cat was killed. I don't want to mention. Maybe because I don't know who killed the cat, or maybe because I want to avoid mentioning who killed the cat. Maybe it was my mom. I don't want to say that my mom killed the cat. I don't want to say that my mom killed the cat. So I say, well, the cat was killed by someone, but I don't want to mention. So this is the purpose of the passive. In Spanish, it's not common, I think. I'm not pretty sure about that. But in English, it's pretty common. So you can say, wow, who killed the cat? Well, the cat was killed by someone you don't want to mention. Or maybe, for example, there is a problem in your house and you don't want to say that Pepito did something. Oh, the window was broken, but you don't want to say who. Okay, this is the first one. Let me copy this. And let's practice a little bit because now we're going to talk. Okay, so we say, I make a cake. What is the I make a cake? What is the passive voice? Do you know?
A cake is made by me or by myself?
By myself. Is made. Yes, a cake is made.
It's made.
What about I made a cake? What about I made a cake?
A cake was made.
Of course, a cake was made. What about this one? I am making a cake.
A cake is being made. No,
it's being made. It's being made.
Being made.
Oh, well, a cake is being made. And what's going on here? Well, a cake is being made. A cake is being made. What about here? I was making a cake yesterday at this time. I was making.
Okay, a cake. A cake was being made.
A cake was being made. Of course. Next, I have made a cake. Yo he hecho un pastel, like.
A cake.
A cake
had been made. Has been made. Sorry.
A cake has been made, of course.
Has been made.
Next, I had made a cake.
Had made a cake. Cake. Had been made.
Had been made. So a cake had been made. It's pretty simple. When you want to use the present perfect or the past perfect, you include being. Being. When you are using the progressive, you use being. And that's all. So this is the common sentences because we don't use, for example, I don't know which one. Maybe this, look at this. I will make a cake. Very easy. What is the answer? A cake.
A cake will be made.
Will be made. What if you say, I can make a cake? Very simple. A cake
can be made.
Can be made. So you, I'm sorry, or I could make a cake. Very simple.
A cake could be made.
You could be could be made.
Oh, made.
Okay. Be made, of course, a cake. So in this case, you say be. Very simple, right? So Carlos, are these sentences common in English? 1 second, because I want to explain the second part, right?
Okay.
Yes. So now focus on this. Look at this 1 second. Okay, so now let's talk about another sentence. Look at this. This is interesting. I gave about I gave a flower I gave a flower. Look at this example. I gave a flower. What is the passive?
A flower had been given.
No.
Has been given.
This is another structure. This is indirect question. This is las preguntas indirectas. Estamos hablando pasivos. A flower. I gave a flower, so a flower was
given.
That's so very simple. Okay, you get this part right? Yes, I gave a flower. So the passive is a flower was given. So now, Raul, because the passives are really important in English. In this case, in English, we have two types of complements or two types of objects. We have the direct objects and the indirect objects. But what is the difference? You always, when you wanna use the direct object, you say what plus the verb. For example, what gave? What gave?
Flower.
A flower. Direct or indirect?
Direct.
Of course. And the second one, the indirect, you say who or to whom plus the verb. In this case, do we have indirect object? We don't, right?
No,
we don't. No, we don't. That's pretty cool.
No.
In English, focus on this part. In English, when you have a direct object like this one, the passive is simple. A flower was given. Look at this. And I write. Well, this is not common. Like I am writing a letter. In this case, we have direct or indirect.
Direct.
Of course, what is the passive?
The passive will be a letter is being written.
Has been written, right? A letter is being written. Again, you focus on direct object, but look at this example. Okay, let's come back here 1 second. You can say, Raul, I usually give a flower to my mom, right? This is common. I usually give a flower to my mom, or you can also say I usually give my mom a flower. You see? Both because give has two structures. You say give something to somebody, or give somebody something. Yes. So now, in this case, Raul, you have the second one, right? Give something. But here, look at this example. Oh, Jesus Christ, let me check here. Yes. I gave my mom a flower. Is that okay?
Yes.
Or I gave a flower to my mom. Maybe I gave a flower before we changed to my mom, right? I gave a flower to my mom. In this case, what is the passive? Because in this case, sorry to cut you off. We have in direct object, but here we have direct object, and what else?
An indirect object to my mom.
Indirect object. So in English, you can say, for example, a flower was given to my mom by myself or by me, but you say a flower was given to my mom, right?
Yes.
Or because you have the indirect object, it's common. You say, my mom was given a flower.
A flower.
This is pretty common, the second one. So for example, what does it mean? A mi mamá se le dio una flor. Okay. Is that common? Yes. So Raul, when you have an indirect object, you always use this structure. Please, examples. Imagínate que vas a la escuela de tu hijo. En la escuela, a todos le han entregado la nota y tú vas a reclamar, profesora, a mi hijo no le han puesto la nota. Quiere decir que my son was not graded. Mi hijo no fue puesto la nota, was graded. You see?
Okay.
It's common. Or for example, en la escuela a todos le han dado el regalo, le han dado un gift, pero a mi hijo no le dieron el gift. Quiero decir, En lugar de decir, you didn't, ustedes, you didn't give a
My
gift,
son, a gift to my
gift
son.
to my son. Ya no voy a decir, you didn't give a gift to my son. Voy a decir, my
My
son
son
was not
was not
given a gift.
given a gift.
This is more common, porque nosotros así hablamos cuando queremos hablar un poquito más formal. No, a mi hijo no se le ha dado. O por ejemplo, estás en tu appliance, like when you want to apply for a job, y te dicen, ok, trajeron el documento que les pedí, ¿no? El CV francés, el resume, ¿trajeron su resume? No vayas a decir, ustedes no me dijeron que traiga, tengo que decir, a mí no se me dijo. ¿Cómo diría?
I wasn't informed.
I wasn't, or I wasn't told, or I wasn't informed. Excelente. Formal. I wasn't informed that
that I had
informed to, or it depends on you, because remember, the English is flexible. It's not like science. You can change the word, of course. So I wasn't informed, blah, blah, blah. This is common in these situations. In these situations, you have to use the passive with the indirect object. No se me informó, no nos dijeron, no me dijeron, no nos dijeron. Exactly. Did you understand this part?
Yes.
Pretty cool, pretty cool. Any questions about this?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, you're okay. Next part. So this is the passive. So I think that you know the passive. So now we will have fun conversations. But the second part, then we have the passive causatives. What is the purpose of these causatives? In the first one, the passive, the regular passive, you know, you use the passive when you don't know who performed the action. You don't know. Or you want to avoid mentioning who performed the action, or who is performing, or who performs. But the passive causative makes the listener to, I don't know, to understand what you're trying to say. For example, if you say something like, hey, Carlos, I am fixing my laptop. Or I call you, hey, Raul, what you doing? And you say something like, well, I am fixing my laptop. I understand that you are fixing the laptop. You are fixing the laptop because maybe you studied that before and you are fixing with your hands yourself.
Yes.
But if you say, well, I am having my laptop fixed, it means that you go to the technician
and he's fixing it.
He's fixing it. You are not doing, but in Spanish, cuando tú dices, estoy reparando mi laptop, quiere decir que tú te has ido al técnico para que lo repare.
Yes.
This is the difference. Well, so when do we use? We always use the passive causatives when we want to make sure that the listener understands what we are saying or who performs the action. Aquí utilizo esto para decir quién realiza la acción. Pero el pasivo es para evitar o para cuando no sé. El pasivo causativo para especificar quién. Did you understand?
Yes. Okay.
Of course. In English, we can change the word have, getting. In this case, get it. I am getting my laptop fixed. What's the difference? That well, this is in American English. The verb get is more common when we speak. But when we write, they're the same. But I prefer writing with the word have and speak with the word get. It's a little bit informal.
Okay.
Okay. So you, for example,
getting it's a little bit informal than having.
Yes. Remember that you can say, for example, I have my house cleaned on the weekends. So limpian mi casa los fines de semana. Okay. Well, I don't want to say I have my house cleaned. So say I get my house cleaned on the weekends. They're the same, but understand that get is a little bit informal than have.
Okay.
Usually when you speak, I prefer to use, or I prefer using. Both are correct. Prefer to, prefer using. I prefer to use get when I speak and have when I write. Of course,
Okay.
if imagine I'm talking to the big cheese, and my company for the big cheese, it is the most important person, in a place. For
Okay.
example, in a school could be the director,
The
or maybe
director.
another teacher. So when I talk to the big cheese, I prefer to use because I have my house clean on the weekends instead of saying I get my house clean on the weekend. But if I talk to my students, if I talk to my friends, I say, well, I get my house clean on the weekends because it's casual, it's common. Did you understand this part?
Yes.
Let's practice. I have some examples here. I cut my hair yesterday. Yeah, I did mine myself. But what about when you go to the hair salon?
Okay, so you say I had my hair cut yesterday.
Yes, perfect. So you got it right. What about this one? I am cleaning the car.
Okay, so I had the car cleaned.
Incorrect. You say I am having.
Oh, I'm having the car cleaned.
Remember, you have to find the main verb. The main verb is clean, so you change have and then you go here in the same way. The main verb here in the past and the past. What about you? Look at this. I had where's that? Okay, I had cut my hair 4 years ago. I had diet, sorry.
I have dyed
my hair when I was in London. I had dyed my hair, dyed teñido.
Oh, okay, dyed. Okay. So my I had yes, I had dyed my hair when I was in London. Is it okay?
No, I
No,
had
it's the
had
same.
my hair
I had
dyed. I had
my
because
hair dyed.
first look at this. You have to find the main verb. What is the main verb here?
Dyed.
Dyed, right? So you change it have. But have, this is in the past participle. Have in the past participle is
had.
So I had my hair and this go here. Again, 1 year, 1 year. Look at this. I have repaired in my house for 5 months.
I has repaired?
I'm sorry, I have repaired.
Oh,
I
okay.
have repaired my house for 5 months.
Okay, so it would be I had repaired. No, my
Which
house.
one? No, which one is the, look at this. You have to find the main verb. What is the main verb? Which one is the main verb? Repaired. So now you copy the word. So you have, I have. Now, this verb is in the, you have to write here have. So this verb is in present past or participle?
Participle.
So having participle?
I had.
So then you copy my house, and now the verb, the main verb goes here in participle. Repair.
Repaired. I have had my house repaired for 5 months.
Carlos, do we use this grammar when every day or on our daily basis when we talk to native speakers? Yes, because imagine that you are a witness. You were in a crime scene, and the police officer, hey, what were you doing yesterday? What were you doing? And if you say, I was cleaning my house, it means that you were cleaning your house. Or maybe I was like I was repairing or I was fixing my car. And maybe in my house I was fixing my car. It means that you were fixing the car, but you were near to the scene, near to the crime. But if you say, well, I was having my car, well, in English we say service when you go to the technician, the mechanic of the service. I was having my car service. It means that you go to a different place. So you were not here. So your answer is really important. So this is the reason that we need to master, dominar. We need to master this grammar. Hey, what did you do yesterday? Well, I was fixing my computer. Well, I understand that you were fixing your computer in your house because you did it by yourself, right? But if I say, Raul, what did you do yesterday? Well, I had my computer fixed. It means that you were not in your house, that you went to a different place. That's what I understand. This is what I get. Get it?
Yeah, it's a little bit tricky, but
it's a little bit tricky, of course. And sometimes, for example, we say, oye, quiero cortarme el cabello. How do we say this?
I want to cut my hair.
It means that you're going to do it by yourself, right? With your hands. Yeah, but this is not what you never say this. What I would say like that. You say, I want to have my hair.
To have my hair cut.
It means that hey, do you want to go with me? Si tú me dices, I want to cut my hair, yo entiendo, se quiere cortar el pelo él solo, entonces no digo nada. Pero si me dices, hey, I want to have my hair cut, maybe do you want to go with me? Porque se va a ir al hair salon, lo va a hacer otra persona. Of course, and I can like say something. So it's really important that we use this passive causatives, right?
Okay.
Okay, pretty cool. Any questions?
No, I just have to practice a little bit.
Yes, then we have a conversation and then we're going to practice with more exercises. And then we have the passive causative, the passive simple, and then we have the passive. You don't want to mention, you mentioned, there's one. Of course. For example, sometimes, remember that the passive, you use the passive because you don't want to mention or you want to avoid. Or maybe you don't know. But for example, you say thieves were caught. But who caught the thieves?
The police, for example.
By the
police.
By the police, when the agent, because in linguistic we call it by the police, this is the agent, el agente. And this is obvious, right? Because who, blah, 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 the police. Because this is obvious, because the agent is obvious, we omit. We don't say, well, the thieves were caught. Or remember, in the passive voice, you can use get instead of be. So instead of saying thieves were caught, you can say thieves got caught. What is the difference? Similar to the previous one. And get is more common when you speak, but when you write, I prefer to use a verb be, for example.
Okay.
Any questions?
No, it's okay.
It's okay. Now I have some conversations here. Just give me a minute. I have a presentation here. Okay, let's practice. Let's share the screen. I was writing these conversations here. Okay, you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so I am the cashier and you are the cashier and I am the customer.
Okay. Good morning. How may I assist you today?
Can I have a loaf of bread, please?
Of course. Would you like it sliced?
Yeah, please.
The bread will be sliced for you. Would you like anything else?
Can you tell me if the eggs are fresh?
The freshness of the eggs is assured by the supplier.
Can I have a dozen of them then?
The dozen eggs have been added to your order. Anything else?
Yes. Can I have a bottle of milk?
The bottle of milk has been placed in your order. Would you like to proceed to checkout?
Yeah, please.
The payment is being processed for your purchases. Thank you for shopping with us. Have a great day.
As you can see here in this real conversation, we have now the bottle of milk has been placed. I mean, look at this. this comes from I have placed the bottle of milk.
Milk.
Yeah, so the bottle of milk has been placed by me. But this is obvious because you are the cashier. So
yes.
you get
Carlos, I have a question. Loaf of bread
or a slice of bread. Both are possible. Loaf of bread or a slice. A slice is similar.
A loaf. Okay.
Loaf of bread.
A loaf means like un pedazo.
Exactly. A loaf es como un pedazo, and a slice es un pedazo pero bien cortado, como en rebanadas.
Yes,
yes, but that's the difference. But that's all. Sometimes people sell loaf of bread, and sometimes they sell a slice of bread. For example, Bimbo is a slice, but el baguette is like loaf of bread. And also we have here been added.
So it would be like una pieza de pan o algo así.
Es que también se dice, well, yo he escuchado a piece of bread. Vamos a ver ahorita los ejemplos. Porque también las personas cambian, mira, a piece of bread. Yes, sí. Ese sería para mí el pedacito.
Yeah,
Ese sería a piece of bread. You prefer to say slice, a piece of bread. No, a slice of bread. And then we have a loaf. A loaf es un poco más grande también. A loaf podría ser.
Yeah, okay.
No, for me this is a slice. Yeah, similar, pero es un poco más gordo.
Yes.
Slice. Okay. No, también estás haciendo slice. No, a slice or loaf. People sometimes they say piece of bread, but I will never say that. Yes, I will never say that. And then we have been added to your order. Have been ordered. Or you can say, do you remember? Do you remember? Your order. Your order what?
Your order has your order has been added, no?
Look at this, focus on this part. I gave a flower to my mom. So you say my mom was given a flower. I'm sorry.
A flower.
Given a flower. So the second one is I added the product to my order, to my order. Well, you added, in this case, I added to your order. So I can say your order. Is that okay? Can we say your order?
Your order has been added? No.
Was added?
Was added a product?
Product. Yes, but this is not common. So because remember that we use this just for people, of course. It doesn't make sense to make difficult sentence with objects. Now with people, just with people.
Okay.
Like for example, like this. I sent a letter. I sent up Jesus Christ a letter to my mom. So my mom was
sent a letter.
Sent a letter. Now this is more common because my mom is not an object. That is in real life, of course, because remember that it's possible with objects. It's possible. It's possible. But people use the grammar just with people. ¿Para qué complicarse más para las cosas? No, me complico más para las personas porque es más casual. Okay. And any questions about this? As you can see here, we use will be a slice for you. Has been placed. The payment is bien. Está siendo procesada. Mira, el pago está siendo procesada. You see? Yes. Next, we have another conversation here. But now in the restaurant, okay? So I am the waiter and you are the customer. Welcome to a restaurant. How may I help you today?
Can I see the menu, please?
The menu is being presented to you. Is there anything in particular that you would like to try?
Can I have the chicken Alfredo, please?
Yeah, the chicken Alfredo has been added to your order. Would you like to start with any appetizers?
Can I have the garlic bread, please?
And the garlic bread has been added to your order. Can I get you anything to drink?
Can I have a glass of red wine?
And the glass of red wine has been poured for you. Your meal will be served shortly. Is there anything else that I can help you with?
No, that's all. Thank you.
You're welcome. The meal is being prepared for you now. Enjoy your meal. Again, we use the passive. Of course, it's being prepared, will be served. But Carlos, why? Because it's more polite. It's more polite. This is the reason. And I have a question, but maybe you didn't ask me, but many of my students ask the question all the time. Look at this one. Why? And why they say the dozen eggs have been added to your order, or for example, or you don't say the dozen eggs were added to your order. What is the difference between the dozen eggs were added to your order and the dozen eggs and have been added to your order?
Que una está en el pasado y otra está en el
presente perfecto.
En el presente perfecto, sí.
Yes, pero ¿qué es el significado? ¿Cuál es la diferencia? En la primera digo, oye, la docena de huevos ya fueron agregados a su orden. Y en la otra digo, la docena de huevos han sido agregados.
Oh, han sido agregados.
¿Ah? What's the difference? Do you remember the difference between the present, the past simple and the present perfect?
Sí, creo que es una acción que ya concluyó y la otra que está, que la has hecho pero que continúa, algo así.
Ok, let's practice. Vamos a explicar un poquito. Pero si ya terminó la acción, ¿no debería ser el past simple? Porque ya se agregó, ¿no? ¿Por qué no dice
pero,
agregué? Tell me.
Pero de repente es que como todavía no termina con la orden, como de que la orden continúa siendo escrita.
Okay, this is very simple. A ver, te voy a explicar. Pay attention. Pay attention. From the beginning, of course. We have in English the past simple. Yes, entender la lógica nos ayuda a expresarnos mejor. ¿Por qué puedo decir ya terminé y no decir ya he terminado si para mí es lo mismo? En inglés debería ser igual. No, tenemos que entender en qué momento usar. El past simple, we use always the past simple for actions or completed actions that are completed, okay? That are completed all the time. All the time. For example, look at this. Actions that are completed. That's all. If I say, for example, I read a book. ¿Qué dice ahí? Yo leí un libro, ¿cierto?
Yes.
¿El libro lo terminé de leer o no?
Yes.
¿Tú sabes cuándo? No, pero lo terminé de leer.
En el pasado nada más.
En el pasado, yo lo terminé. Now, then we have the present perfect. El present perfect means, or the definition says that we use the present perfect to talk about actions that started in the past and go on up to, and goes on up to now.
Y que está siendo procesado.
Dice, la acción inició en el pasado y que continúa hasta ahora en el presente. ¿Qué pasa si digo lo siguiente? I have read a book. He leído un
libro.
¿Lo terminé de leer?
Sí.
No, no lo he terminado de leer. Si yo digo, he leído un libro, el libro no lo he terminado de leer, porque el libro lo empecé a leer en el pasado y hasta el día de hoy sigo leyendo el libro. No lo he terminado. He leído un libro significa eso. ¿Cómo me doy cuenta? He leído un libro y aquí digo, I read a book. Aquí terminé de leer el libro, no sé cuándo, pero ya lo terminé. Fue en el pasado. Aquí empecé en el pasado, pero hasta el día de hoy no lo termino. ¿Hasta allí se ha entendido?
Sí.
Yes. In English, we can use some words. We have for, and of course we have for. For example, I read a book for 3 days. ¿Qué dice ahí? Yo leí un libro
Un libro por 3 días.
¿Lo terminé de leer, el libro?
Yes.
¿Cuántos días me tomó?
Excuse
3.
me?
¿Cuántos días me tomó terminar de leer el libro?
3 days.
3 days. Y en la segunda, I have read a book for 3 days. ¿Terminé de leer el libro?
No.
Pero ¿cuántos días llevo leyéndolo hasta el día de hoy?
Vas leyendo 3 días.
3 días. So that's the difference. Remember that for the present perfect, you can use since. También puedo usar el since. Got it? Yes.
Yes.
So now, focus on this part. Sometimes, when you know when the action happened, you always use the passive. You always, cuando tú sepas cuándo la acción ocurrió, sí o sí va a ser past simple. Por ejemplo, yo te digo, aquí tienes que poner read a book yesterday. Aquí yo sé cuándo ya pasó la acción.
Sí.
De frente, ¿qué va a ser? I have read o read.
I have read.
No, read. Acá dice, cuando tú sepas cuándo la acción ocurrió, ya va a ser pasado simple. Por lo tanto, como yo sé cuándo ocurrió, va a ser este de aquí, pase. Allí se entendió.
Ok, I read a book yesterday, so, ok.
Yo leí un libro ayer, ya lo terminé de leer. Aparte de
Sí.
que me dijo que terminé de leer el libro, yo sé cuándo pasó. Y al yo saber cuándo pasó, ya de frente va a ser past simple. No la pienso más. Pero si no me dice cuándo pasó, allí prima, ya no prima el que se termina, allí prima el significado. Si tú me dices, I read a book, yo entiendo que terminaste de leer el libro, pero eso, ¿cuándo habrá pasado?
A saber cuándo, claro.
Exactamente. Y si me dices, I have read a book, significa que sigues leyendo el libro y no sé cuándo empezó tampoco. Pero que lo has terminado, no, es imposible, no lo has terminado. ¿Quedó claro?
Yes.
Cuando no me indica cuándo ocurre, prima el significado. El I have read, he leído un libro, quiere decir que empecé en el pasado y que hasta ahora lo sigo. Y si digo I read a book, significa que ya terminé de leer el libro. Listo. ¿Hasta aquí no hay preguntas?
No, it's okay.
Yes. Entonces, el present perfect como que tenía mucha responsabilidad, ¿no? Dijo, no puedo tanto. Y los lingüistas dijeron, ok, vamos a dividir el presente perfecto, lo vamos a formar en dos. Lo vamos a transformar en el present perfect simple y a su hermano, a su clon, le vamos a poner el present perfect progressive. Ok, mira, los lingüistas dijeron, es mucha responsabilidad para que el presente simple maneje todo. Vamos a crear el presente perfecto progresivo y el presente perfecto simple. ¿Cuál es la diferencia? En que el present perfect progressive focus on duration. Se va a enfocar en la duración. Y el present perfect simple focuses on completion. On completion, I'm sorry, completion. Pero, ¿qué significa completion? Si nosotros buscamos en el diccionario de Cambridge, completion significa terminación. Y ahí ya me estoy empezando a marear porque si dice terminación, no tendría que ser el pasado, ya que es completición, ¿cierto? Como que ya nos vamos ahí un poco confundiendo. A ver, enfoquémonos. Ahora, ¿cuál es la diferencia entre el presente perfecto simple y también el presente perfecto progresivo? La definición en los diccionarios nos dice lo siguiente: an action that started in the past and goes on up to now, que también continúa hasta ahora. Ajá. Pero ahora vamos a tener esta definición y la de acá. Se enfoca en duración y se enfoca en completición. Esta oración, Raúl, digo así. I have read a book. I have read 10 books for 2 weeks. He leído 10 libros por 2 semanas. ¿En qué me enfoco aquí?
La duración.
Por 2 semanas, ¿cierto? Entonces, aquí le voy a poner este for, lo copiamos y lo voy a pegar aquí. Entonces, cada vez que tú veas un for, vas a usar un presente perfecto progresivo. ¿Por qué? Porque se enfoca en la duración. Entonces, dame un segundo. Voy a decir así. I have been reading 10 books for 2 weeks. So, Carlos, ¿y cuál es la diferencia entre decir he leído 10 libros en 2 semanas de que he estado leyendo 10 libros por 2 semanas? En que el que le queda más bonito es este. ¿Cuál es la diferencia? No hay ninguna. Es, por ejemplo, que tú te vas a comprar un par de tenis. Hay un tenis rojo y un tenis azul. Los dos te sirven para jugar fútbol. Tú puedes jugar con los dos fútbol, pero a ti te gusta el color rojo. Pero los dos funcionan, sí, los dos te van a servir para correr y para patear. Pero tú sientes que con uno te queda más bonito, ¿sí o no? El rojo porque combinará con tu polo de repente. Igualito. Aquí, las dos oraciones están correctas, pero como se enfoca en la duración, más bonito quedaría el presente progresivo. ¿Estamos de acuerdo allí?
Yes.
Entonces, yo prefiero poner aquí esto y aquí. Si se enfoca en duración, acá está. Ahora sí, aquí voy aquí. Focus on completion. Carlos, pero si enfocamos en la completición, si nos enfocamos en la completición y aquí acciones que están completas, ok, enfócate aquí. Contexto, ¿estás comiendo? ¿Estás comiendo ahorita tu almuerzo? ¿Terminaste de comer? Y llega Juanito y te pregunta, oye, vamos a comer ahorita, tengo hambre. Y tú le dices, no, no quiero, no, no quiero. Ya comí. O le dices, no, no quiero, ya he comido. Según tú, ¿cuál le dirías?
Los dos son iguales, creo, ¿no? No
Para
quiero,
las
ya
dos,
he comido.
no quiero,
Ya
ya
he
he
comido,
comido.
creo.
Exacto. Profesor, pero si la acción ya se terminó porque terminaste de comer, se supone que ya comiste. Sería no, I don't want because I ate it. O I ate. Por ejemplo, sería I had lunch. Ya almorcé, ya comí. Or I have had lunch. O ya he almorzado. Déjame decirte lo siguiente. ¿Cuál es la diferencia en que esta de aquí va a tener un resultado en el presente y esta no? Por ejemplo, cuando tú termines de comer, ¿cuál es el resultado? ¿Que tienes el plato vacío ahorita o no?
Yes,
Eso sería I have had lunch. Ya he almorzado. I'm sorry. I don't want to go because I have had lunch. Ahora, ahorita son las 2, a las 6 de la tarde. Te digo, hey Raúl, do you want to go with me? I'm really hungry. I didn't have lunch. No almorcé. ¿Quieres ir a comer? No, I had lunch in the afternoon. Ya almorcé en la tarde. ¿Te diste cuenta? Porque no tengo algo resultado en el presente.
Claro, ok.
Ok, ahora, focus here. En la conversación, le dice, ¿la docena de huevos se agregaron a su orden o han sido agregados a su orden? Esa acción se terminó cuando hace poquito, ¿sí o no?
Sí.
Es reciente. ¿Y cuál es el resultado en el presente? Ahí lo tienes, está agregándole en la orden. ¿Qué pasa si el señor se va y regresa? Oye, señor, no me ha puesto los huevos que le he dicho. Mira, me he ido a mi casa, han pasado 3 horas. No, no me ha puesto. Y le dice, señor, ¿sabes qué? The dozen eggs, okay, were added to your order. ¿Por qué? Porque esta acción ya pasó hace rato, ¿sí?
Ya pasó, claro.
En cambio, entonces, ¿cuál es la diferencia? Que esta va a ser una acción que terminó hace poco y que tiene un resultado en el presente, pero la otra es que un resultado que puede ser hace poco, puede ser hace mucho, pero no tiene un resultado en el presente.
Okay.
Un ejemplo, I wrote, por ejemplo, I wrote 3 books. Yo escribí 3 libros, Raúl. Pero ¿hace cuánto? Hace un montón de tiempo, ¿sí o no? Pero si te digo, wow, Raúl, I have written 4 books. Quiere decir que yo he escrito 4 libros. De repente acá te estoy mostrando el último que terminé.
Yes,
Y acá está mi resultado. Esa es la diferencia. Did you understand?
Yes.
Okay, next part. We have another conversation here, yes. And port es vertir, right?
Yes. I think we have done this one.
Yes, we did it. We did.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, next one. Okay, then we have here. Okay, so you are friend number 2 and I am friend number 1. Hey, what's up?
Not much, just trying to plan our weekend. What are you up to?
I was thinking of going skiing. Wanna join me?
Sure, I love to, but I haven't skied in a while. Do you think I'll be okay?
Of course, the slopes will be adjusted to your level by the instructors. No worries.
Great. Can you arrange for the rental equipment for us?
Sure thing, the rental equipment has been reserved for us already.
And what about the lift tickets?
The lift tickets has been purchased for us. We just need to show up and hit the slopes.
Awesome. Thank you for taking care of everything.
No problem. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a great weekend. Again, we use the passive. Por ejemplo,
Yes.
bueno, ya se ha arrendado, ya se organizó el equipo, ya hemos arreglado, el carro ha sido arreglado. Entonces el pasivo, Raúl, es bastante común cuando hablemos. Incluso es como el español. Yo, por ejemplo, en español utilizo el pasivo bastante. Las notas ya fueron subidas a la página web, las notas ya han sido modificadas, ya se han entregado los resultados, los exámenes han sido publicados. Se usa mucho el pasivo.
Okay.
Right. Next, we have another one. You want person number 2 and person number 1. Hey, how was your day?
It was good, thanks. I had a meeting with my boss this morning.
Oh yeah, what was it about?
It was just a check-in. My progress was reviewed and some goals were set for next quarter.
That sounds productive. Was anything discussed about your role in the company?
Yes, actually my responsibilities were expanded and I was given some new projects to work on.
That's great news. Congratulations.
Thanks. I'm excited about the new opportunities, but it means I'll be working more hours, so I might need some help with my workload.
Sure thing. What do you need help with? What do you need help with?
Some of the tasks will be delegated to me by my boss. If you could take care of a few of them, it will be a big help.
Absolutely. I'll make sure they're handled. Just let me know what needs to be done. Again, so look at this part. Look at this one. Is it familiar for you? Like, I was given. Me dieron nuevos proyectos. So, I was given. Es más común decir que se me asignó o me dieron proyectos a decir, they gave me some projects. No, I was given some projects.
Yes.
Como diría, you didn't give me advice. You didn't give me advice, so I was not given advice. ¿Te das cuenta? I was not explained. No se me explicó. Did you understand?
Yes.
Tenemos que aprender a usar esto. Esto es bastante común en el día a día. Okay, any questions up to this point?
No, I'm okay, I think.
Of course. And next, we have another one. Yes. Hi, how is it going?
Hey, not bad. How about you?
I'm doing well, thanks. I was just thinking about getting my car serviced.
That's a good idea. What are you planning to have it done?
I was thinking of taking it tomorrow.
Do you want me to give you a ride to the garage?
And that would be great, thanks. Can you also arrange for a loaner car for me while my car is being serviced?
No problem. I'll make sure a loaner car is arranged for you. What time do you want to drop off your car?
How about 10 a.m.?
Sure thing. The appointment has been scheduled for 10 a.m. and a loaner car will be ready for you. Just let me know if you need anything else.
Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Look at this. Is that familiar? Like, I was just thinking about getting my car serviced. Remember, after prepositions, the verb goes with ing. So get my car serviced, but get in.
Get in.
And now look at this. When are you planning to have it done? Do you know the reason why we say have it done? Nope. Okay,
No.
look at this. Look at this. Mira.
It's like in the future, right?
No, because it's redundant. It's redundant. Focus on this part. Look at this. I want to fix my car. Like you say, I want to have or I want to get my car fixed. Is it true?
Yes.
The question is, why do you? Tú me dices, oh, Carlos, I want to have my car fixed. Yo te pregunto, or why do you want to have your car fixed? But it's redundant because you mentioned this before or not?
Yes.
So you say, why do you want to have it, your car, and then say, because it's redundant. ¿Cuándo lo vas a hacer? A ver, ahorita tengo una clase aquí, dame un segundo. Eso es también lo que vamos a ver el día de hoy. El do so. A ver. Do so. Give me a second. But did you understand, right?
Yes.
Ok, vamos a terminar de chequear esas palabras antes de iniciar con la siguiente parte de la clase. Yes. Then we have, for example, as I said before, is being serviced. Es como, no sé si has dicho esta palabra que está en mantenimiento.
Yes.
Significa que lo están chequeando, que lo están revisando. Ajá, algo. El loan, un loan es un préstamo. Loaner es el que presta. Y acá le pones car. Okay, so let's start with the second part. Let me open my presentation. Icebreaker. The class is do so, do so. One second, please. You can drink water. Well, okay, the presentation is here, but I want another. Oops, me too. I found it. I found it. Yes. I was worried because my presentation was here. Okay.